Absolute Superman, number 16. And one of the high points of Absolute Superman from the beginning, because it started off, narratively speaking, pretty bad. It's gotten a little better here and there, and Brainiac and stuff. But the artwork was amazing. Here, not so much. So, I don't know what happened to the original artist. Maybe moved on. That's unfortunate. But here, we introduce Absolute Hawkman. Oh, boy. So we get a little background. 1940, Sinai Peninsula, the nation of Kondak. This is it. That's his mark. By God, we've actually found it. Oh, look, yeah. But the tomb of Teth Adam, undisturbed for more than 3,000 years. Unbelievable. I've never seen a vertical antechamber like this. They line the walls of this well with King Teth's most treasured possessions. Well, it really goes down to all this other stuff. Whoa, what's that? Is that looks like the Ark of the Covenant, huh? So Teth Adam had it and a ball. Well, anyway, good Lord, if I'm reading these hieroglyphics correctly, some of these items must have been gifts from... No. That's impossible. Gifts from who? Yeah, aliens? Yeah, more likely, anyway. So, the burial chamber is somewhere below us, right? Yes, but we must move carefully. Lazarus is paying us to catalog every inch of this tomb. You're right, Dr. Hall. And Lazarus pays well. But Berlin pays better. Bum, bum, bum. Yeah. Berlin never took you for a Nazi, Bradford. Never knew how much gold the buggers had, did I? Sorry, Carter. Nothing personal. Just stay out of my way. The legends are true. The power in this tomb could change the course of the war. There's no way I'm letting a monster like Hitler get his hands on it. For a man who's seen so much of the world, you're rather ignorant of its workings. Way of the world was set in stone a long time ago. A war's a foregone conclusion. And just because we're fighting Hitler, that doesn't make us the good guys. You hang in there, Dr. Hall. Yeah. I mean, the art's okay for what it is. It just doesn't hold a candle for the business of action and whatnot that the original did. You know? Anyway, oh God, I'm slipping. Can't hold. Help! Help me! I can't! And he grabs a hold of this mallet. And then, uh-oh. So the peacemakers are around even in the days of World War II. Screams! Screams and gunfire from the pit. Ah! Yeah, get the ropes. Holy hell, you, hands in the air by the order of the peacemakers. This dig is the property of Lazarus Holdings. It's all right. I know what it looks like, boys, but trust me, I'm one of the good guys. So that's the origin of Absolute Hawkman. And it looks like he bashed the brains in of the other guy. So there you go. That's his story. Well, we jump ahead to now. Hey, you hear me, kid? I said I'm one of the good guys.
Okay.
I'm here to help, and Lord knows you need it. You can call me... What the hell? And Superman just flies away.
Where did that son of a... Sorry, door fell off a plane over Cleveland. Hi, I'm Superman. I like your wings. What were you saying?
Oh, jeez, the dialogue is really terrible. I said, son, that you and I have a lot to talk about. I've been watching you. Okay. And I gotta say, you aren't... Are you kidding me?
Hey, sorry, I thought a guy was choking on in Omaha, but he was just laughing weird. Though, matter of fact, we should probably postpone this conversation to another time. I'm kind of...
Hey! Don't do that again. So, going with well, they wrapped him up like a mummy in keeping with the Egyptian themes, like, but, whatever. So, they don't get along. It's somewhat troublesome, and Hawkman's trying to, tell Superman about how things work around this world. You got to make Lazarus work for the better good or something like that. And Superman's like, nuh-uh. So, that's how that goes. So there you go. Absolute Hawkman. Well, meanwhile, over at the real DC universe, we have Batman, and he goes on a romantic adventure with a new girlfriend who, I don't know. Anyway, Harbor View Wayne Experimental Science Building. Doctor, it's almost 8.
I'm sorry. Is this a date?
Why would you think it's a date?
You're dressed up.
I'm dressed? Yeah, nice booty.
Is this a gift?
It's not a...
Yeah, you think this is a date.
It's not a date.
No, Mr. Wayne, it's not.
Yeah. Ugh. Yeah. Boy, this is off to a great start.
No, not you. That stupid board of tourism thing. Not thrilled about language that turns mental health into a cheap punchline.
I'll bring it up at the board at the next Wayne Foundation Gala. Doctor, the thing that struck me about your appearance. Oh, and Gotham Gang, your fearless advocacy.
Do you always drive like this?
Yes, I do. Thanks for noticing. I've won awards,
Awards?
For driving.
Driving awards?
Dr. Zeller, I've read everything I could about your work, and I find it fascinating. Hopeful, inspiring even. I was hoping we could come to terms on funding your project over a meal.
I'm sensing a but.
But I think those men following us are trying to kill you.
Kill me? Wahoo!
The guys with the swords back there. Look up. See? He runs him over. The art's really good. It's all very dynamic and exciting and all that. This artist really loves cars, That's pretty damn good. Anyway, there you go. That's their date. And she's just like, can't be bothered. She's like playing hard to get, And like, I'm not impressed with the, multi-billionaire man. Anyway, they go on an adventure, but it ends on a bit of a little cliffhanger. Uh-oh, but don't worry. I also have the next issue. See? Yeah, he actually becomes Batman in this one, not so much the other, because it's, a romantic adventure and stuff like that. But anyway, well, Robin spilled the beans on stuff, and now he's like sitting there with his new girlfriend wondering, here you get a chance to just basically redo the same frames over and over again.
We don't have to talk about it.
Dr. Zeller, Anika.
Who knows? I know. Nobody. You, me, and him. That's it. I mean, I assume he'll tell, So, she's this brilliant scientist, but she can't figure out what Robin revealed. So, and he's like, I'm going to fund this woman just because I want to bang her, and she's a bit of an idiot. But anyway, And what's he going to do? Call Child Protective Services on you? Beat me up like he solves every other problem he encounters?
For what it's worth, Dr. Zeller, which I understand isn't much, I am truly sorry this happened. Good night.
Wait, what? You're just leaving?
Yeah. Anyway, here's Robin all upset because he let the cat out of the bag. But little does he know the woman's an idiot and didn't catch on, so. Upper West Side, Pennyworth, yeah, they're still going with their living off of Alfred's fortune that was Wayne's fortune. Whatever, it's stupid. Anyway, Damien.
I know, Father. So save your...
So he just destroys the punching bag, You little bastard.
Beth?
No, son. You don't know. Believe it or not, in fact...
What's he...
Science has yet to conceive of a device so sophisticated as to calculate the massive sum of things that you don't know. Damien. So smarten up before you get someone killed.
Buster Bruce?
Which I guess they see the ghost of Alfred haunting them or something. Anyway, don't start. So he's hallucinating Alfred's ghost. That's So anyway, he dresses up as Batman later.
I don't know. I don't think this title's doing well,
Meanwhile, there's that big event, DCKO, and the fourth issue with all the big crossover with the Absolute characters. It's kind of a meaningless bait and switch, really. But yet, this is a colossal failure. It's a stupid story, but I suppose there's supposed to be yet another reset. Anyway, oh no, they got to take on the Absolute versions of themselves. And Booster Gold possessed by Darkseid. Now we come to it, the penultimate battle, and the champions are ready, more than ready. Why? Because this round they're not fighting other champions. They're not fighting heroes, friends. No, they're fighting imposters. That's how they see this dark trinity before them. Younger, bigger, but imposters just the same. And the combatants of the King Omega tournament have fought imposters many times before. So here you go. Yeah, the Joker makes it all the way to the end. He wouldn't, But these imposters hail from the absolute earth, where Darkseid is king. His essence infused in every atom, every cell. And with this earth belonging to Darkseid, it begs the question, who are the real ones now? Well, they are. In this arena, there's only one way to find out. So, they had their fight. So, Absolute Superman says, die! The blast hits Clark with the micro-concentrated heat of a supernova. It's as if the boy can funnel the sun's energy through his gauntlets. Ugh! But the cape is what really catches Clark off guard. It's like cosmic dust the young fighter can shape, and the dust itself is from Krypton. Well, an alternate universe Krypton. Come on, you've been through this millions of times. Diana pulls him off, but before she can lock the chokehold.
Not so... Oh, man. Not so fast.
But then here comes Absolute Wonder Woman on her dead horse Pegasus. Yeah. And then, here comes Big Batman. Meanwhile, Luthor's suit has enough energy left for one last big blast. This person coming at him is just a Batman, though, so he opts for elephant tranquilizers. Ha! Sweet dreams! At which point Luthor opts for Plan B. Shoot him, Joker! Fucking shoot him! Oh!
Well, actually, I'd like to switch sides.
What? You can't.
Why not? Besides, Darkseid should have 4 horsemen, not just 3.
You will forfeit your chance to win the tournament.
I mean, I got to kill Batman with a bang, so I'm good.
Very well. Oh, great heart. So, with a blast of my own, a new kind of parademon is born, grinning from ear to ear.
Ha! I love it.
Okay. Yeah. It doesn't really amount to a whole lot. At least this issue, yeah. And then we discover stuff. And then they do their dumb flashback to the board game that Bruce and Clark and Lois and Diana were playing. And then, guess who's controlling the absolute heroes? Yeah. Yeah, that's all it is. And the whole game's a sham. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah, there's a cliffhanger deal. Oh, no, there's a betrayal at the end. Yeah. Yeah, that's DCKO. So finally, the only title out of this group of titles to be worth mentioning is World's Finest. Once again, World's Finest. Still going pretty strong. You know, some are better than others. And this one's, it's an absurd callback to Silver Age type stories. But, yeah. And it's one they've already done. So it's pretty weak. But in comparison to the other titles, well, it's the best of the batch. So Joker and Luthor are merged. Superman and Batman are merged. And, well, thanks to the Absorbicon thing, whatever, they now have all this access to knowledge, and they're revealing the secret identities of Superman and Batman. So here's Commissioner Gordon. Incredible. Now he knows Bruce Wayne's Batman. My God, Bruce, they know. I can see that, Clark, thanks to Joker and Luthor. And so there you go. The whole world knows. So Lois is writing the story about Clark Kent being Superman. She's like, what the hell? Get the Absorbicon. They can learn anything with it.
2 and 1 against 2 and 1. How's Soups against Magic, Mr. L?
Helpless, Mr. J.
Perfect.
So he uses magic because he has all the knowledge of spells and stuff, and wraps Superman, Super Bat in a, I don't know, magic chains or whatever.
Alcohol Best Tank. Immobilization spell, courtesy of Dr. Buckethead.
Fate. Dr. Fate.
Whatever. While you boys, where was it? Oh, God, the pluralities.
While you were distracted, we picked a bunch.
We picked a bunch of spells out of the Doc's brain, like
Ripacid? I don't know. Oh, disappear. Backwards, yeah. No, wait. That's Satana's thing. They're gone. Disappeared. That's our next problem. Right now, we've got to get free faster than fast. Bruce, lives are at stake. There's already fallout from the identity reveal. Villains are converging on Wayne Manor. A very angry Poison Ivy is about to take her hate for Batman out on Alfred. You're the escape artist. Go. Stop straining, Clark. We need to relax our muscles. Like stripping off a straitjacket. Come on. So she's attacking Alfred. Don't worry, they get there in time, so, you know. And then they battle it out and save the day. But, you know, it's a fun read, and it's the best of the batch, at least for this edition of Wednesday Comics. Gee, I wonder what I'll find. Well, I already know, but we'll get to that next week. So hopefully it's more interesting than this was.